Hey guys, Real Till Econ back with another quick hit video. This time we're on long run Phillips curve. Um, Things you should understand about the long run Phillips curve. As you can see in this definition, it's the vertical line that shows the relationship between inflation and unemployment when the economy is at full employment. That's super critical. Understand that in the long run Phillips curve, you are at full employment, which then eliminates unemployment as one of the movements. So unemployment becomes fixed because you're at the full employment rate, and the only thing that does change is inflation. And inflation usually changes based on the expected inflation rate. So if you're looking at this little graph I have right here, you can see that the long run Phillips curve is a vertical line right there at the natural unemployment rate. So I've also noted for you that that's the potential GDP. It's also known as long run aggregate supply. You're also at full employment. You're also at the natural unemployment rate. All those things are together and the same. So there's no long run trade-off between the two. So understand that. So the only thing that moves is the inflation rate or the price level up and down. This is just a picture of what happens when we're at our fixed area. So that's the potential GDP. It's also the long run aggregate supply. Again, it's the long run Phillips curve. Note that the unemployment rate is not changing. What is changing then is the price level. We went from 103, for instance, right there and right here to 107, right here, right there. That's all that changes straight up and down the line. Ultimately, then what you get is a change in expected rate of inflation. So this is how we connect our long run Phillips and our short run Phillips curves. Notice that you have your long run Phillips curve, which again is at the natural unemployment rate or full employment. What can change then is the inflation rate. Notice it's at 3%. That would be right there, the same as we had in that last graph. 7% would be right there. And then what happens is at each of those points, you get new short run Phillips curves. So then what we have is at the long run fixed location, the short run Phillips curve then can change with unemployment and employment, which would essentially put you at various gaps, inflationary gap. So recessionary gap. So those are how it all ties in when we're looking at the bigger picture of macro. So again, long run Phillips curve fixed at full employment. It can move up and down that curve based on the inflation rate or the price level. When you get to whatever the current inflation rate is, you can have short run movements side to side based on what would happen with employment. Then we're leaving the fixed long run. All right, hopefully that helps. If so, like, subscribe, follow. Also, check out my other videos if you find these helpful. Thanks for checking it out.